Derivation. Part 2. In this video, we'll be learning about the most common suffixes for each part of speech. Then we'll be discussing the word's order in a sentence. 1. You can increase or decrease the video speed from the setting. Two. You can also display the English subtitles from the setting. So, let's start it. A suffix is a letter or a group of letters added to the end of a word. The word establish is the base word and it is a verb. The suffix ment can be added to this word. The word formed is establishment, which is a noun. Let's learn suffixes added to each part of speech. Adverbs. By adding the suffix ly to an adjective, the word formed will be an adverb. Examples. The word continuous is an adjective. So, by adding the suffix ly, it will be an adverb. Continuously. The word deep is an adjective. By adding the suffix ly, it will be an adverb. Deeply. The word amazing is an adjective. Also, by adding the suffix ly, it will be an adverb. Amazingly. The word smooth is an adjective. Finally, by adding the suffix ly, it will be an adverb. Smoothly. Adjectives. These are the suffixes which can be added to words in order to be adjectives. Ant, ary, ory, ic, ive, ble, ish, full, ous, less. The word formed by adding the suffix al to a noun is an adjective. Examples. Care, by adding the suffix less, it becomes an adjective, careless. Accept, by adding the suffix able, it becomes an adjective, acceptable. Correspond, by adding the suffix ent, it becomes an adjective, correspondent. Boy, by adding the suffix ish, it becomes an adjective, boyish. Harm, by adding the suffix ful, it becomes an adjective, harmful. Artist, by adding the suffix ic, it becomes an adjective, artistic. Nouns. Some suffixes are added to words in order to be nouns. Ist, ism, ion, ants, ants, ness, cy, ty, ery, or, hood, dom, ship, meant. We should also know that the word formed by adding al to a verb is a noun, so a verb plus al equal a noun. Examples. Betray, by adding the suffix al to a verb, it becomes a noun, betrayal. Accept, by adding the suffix ants it becomes a noun. Acceptance. Correspond, by adding the suffix ence, it becomes a noun. Correspondence. Manage, by adding the suffix ment, it becomes a noun. Management. Protect, by adding the suffix ion, it becomes a noun. Protection. Write, by adding the suffix er, it becomes a noun. Writer. Act, by adding the suffix or, it becomes a noun. Actor. Art, by adding the suffix ist, it becomes a noun. Artist. Hero, by adding the suffix ism, it becomes a noun. Heroism. Active, by adding the suffix tied to a word, it becomes a noun. Activity. False, by adding the suffix hood to a word, it becomes a noun. Falsehood. Bold, by adding the suffix ness, it becomes a noun. Boldness. Certain, by adding the suffix tie, it becomes a noun. Certainty. Rival, by adding the suffix ry, it becomes a noun. Rivalry. Verbs. Some suffixes are added to words in order to be verbs. ide, ise, ize, fy, ate, n. Examples. Colony, by adding the suffix ize, it becomes a verb. Colonize. False, by adding the suffix fy, it becomes a verb. Falsify. Tight, by adding the suffix n, it becomes a verb. Tighten. Design, by adding the suffix ate, it becomes a verb. Designate. It's time to exercise. Beauty. Beautifully. Beautify. Beautiful. Beautifully ends with ly. So, it's an adverb. By removing the ly, the word formed is an adjective, which is beautiful. Beautify ends with fy, so it's a verb. The last part of speech is a noun, which is beauty. Softly. Soft. Softness. Soften. Softly ends with ly. So, it's an adverb. By removing the ly, the word formed is an adjective, which is soft. Soften ends with en, so it's a verb. The last part of speech is a noun, which is softness. It ends with ness. Destruct. Destruction. Destructive. Destructively. Destructively ends with ly. So, it's an adverb. By removing the ly, the word formed is an adjective, which is destructive. Destruction ends with ion, so it's a noun. The last part of speech is a verb, which is destruct.